Special Ed did an interview on Drink Champs.
Okay, I didn't watch it, but I saw it. He was on there.
He said that NWA brought destruction to hip-hop. A lot of West Coast dudes got upset.
Yes.
Exhibit, the Dog Pound. I mean, even the Bun B's and the Killer Mikes were like, no, that's not true. Systematic racism, drugs being brought in our community, blah, blah. They were all there before NWA.
Right, that's right.
But I think he kind of has a point.
Here's
now, you toured around with NWA.
I sure did.
You know, you're intimately close.
Very close.
Would you say that there's any truth in what he says?
What I saw what NWA did, they changed the game of hip-hop and the mindset of the world.
Right.
Right? Whether it's good or bad. And let me explain to you what I mean. They spoke up when it was a time when people would never talk about the things they were talking about.
Police brutality.
Police brutality.
Fuck the police was
life,
epic.
Yeah. Life, all that kind of stuff. And they did it in such a way that was so phenomenal that if it wasn't for NWA, there would be no Jay-Z, there would be no DMX, there would be no 50 Cent.
I agree.
Because nobody's talking about KRS-One following that style, even though that was phenomenal in Public Enemy.
Yeah.
Gangster rap is the most top of the line of rap in the world to this day.
I agree.
Gangster rap.
Yeah,
period.
I agree.
So I think it's had an effect. It was a gift and a curse. I saw people, when we was on tour, I remember this, 1988, and we went to Omaha, Nebraska.
Okay.
And I know about Bloods, I know about Crips. And we got to Omaha, Nebraska, and I saw Crips in Omaha. And I said to myself, what the fuck they know about that life?
Some LA shit.
LA shit.
Yeah.
And I did see that. So I'm not gonna say NWA destroyed society that way. I think it influenced some people, but it's just like alcohol, right? If you drink alcohol, you have to be responsible when you leave the establishment. Mm-hmm. It's the same with music. If the music is making you feel a certain way, once you listen to it, you have to be man or woman enough that when you finish listening, you don't go out and kill nobody or rob. You got to be responsible and mature to understand that's just entertainment. And you go in your way. Because I rolled with Ice Cube and them. I saw Ice Cube with a Suzuki Jeep. I seen Dr. Dre when he had a I-90 or something, Mercedes-Benz Tudor or Burgundy. I seen it. I seen where they came from. They wasn't, what I'm saying is they wasn't gang banging.
No, they wasn't. They weren't. And what's interesting is, for example, we have an interview with DOC.
Yes.
My man Justin Hunt did the interview.
Okay.
Right? And he asked a very interesting question, which DOC had a great answer for. He said, what was the difference between the making of Straight Outta Compton versus The Chronic? Right? He broke it down like this. He said, when we're working on Straight Outta Compton, there were some guys that were doing some things here and there in the street, but everyone there was an aspiring musician. They really wanted to be there. They really was trying to develop their craft. They really were into the music. They really were into the art, and they were trying to be part of the music industry.
Right.
Now you fast forward to Death Row Records, and there was guys there in the studio that were either coming out of jail or going to jail.
Yes.
They had absolutely no interest in rapping, producing, managing. They were just there to just basically fuck with people.
Right. Yep. It's true.
And Suge liked having them around to create an air of
intimidation.
Treachery. You know what I'm saying? In case anyone got out of hand. He said that was the difference. He said you would go there and you just don't know what's going to happen that day. He said it was very nervous, scary environment.
Right.
There's no difference between the sessions in NWA days and the Chronic days when it comes to the music being made. The only difference is that the element that's surrounding us while we're making music changed. It intensified on that, what you want to call gangster level, where it started being just a whole bunch of street corner kind of people that were really about that life instead of being about the music life, hanging out, you know. With NWA, it was still street guys hanging out. Some guys were street corner guys, but most of us were just musicians, and most of those people were just happy to be around great music. So by the time it got to Death Row, the only difference was these are guys that were either on their way to the penitentiary or just coming home from the penitentiary. And this was like the amusement park for them, you know. For the rest of us, or at least for me, it was hell, you know, going in there and dealing with these folks on a day-to-day basis because I never knew which day could be my day. That some terrible shit happens to you and, you know. But like I said, Suge was overly protective and folks knew, don't mess with that one, you know, leave that one alone, you know. And so I always felt grateful to Suge for that, being able to exist in that space and not be, you know, so worried that something was going to happen.
Wasn't like that with NWA because they weren't really. I'm not trying to downplay them, but they weren't street guys.
No,
like
they were
that.
just
They
young
weren't
kids.
like career criminals that just happen to do music.
When you see the studio in Torrance, I was there with them.
You were there.
I hung out.
I mean, is that a fair assessment? Now you weren't there for Death Row, but you were there for.
I was there with Death Row too. And
okay.
But from everybody I hung out with, I always was my own man.
Yeah.
And what that meant is I call you, I talk to you, but I didn't hang with you.
Yeah.
Because I already knew what I wanted to do with my life.
Yeah.
And I actually saw the change. So when Easy and Dr. Dre left, I was in conflict because Easy gave me my first job.
Yeah.
Dr. Dre was my friend. The DOC, me and him was roommates on tour with Straight Outta Compton. Like we was roommates.
Yeah.
So him having Suge as his bodyguard, Suge was my bodyguard too. He protected both of us. Yeah. When Dr. Dre's son passed away, we all was outside. I wish they'd had me in the video.
His brother passed away.
Yeah, when his brother died.
Passed away, yeah.
All there. Me and Dr. J used to go running. I used to take him jogging with me in the morning when we was on tour with NWA. So yes, when they were starting, they was hungry, and they made such an impact that I witnessed it. And I tell the story all the time. I talk about how I met them. I was on tour with. I was really an open act with New Edition, and Bobby Brown had just left New Edition. Me and Bobby Brown toured a lot as well.
Yeah, I just interviewed Johnny Gill.
Yeah, sure. Yes, I saw that.
Yeah.
And this is where Johnny Gill came on board.
Yeah, after Bobby got kicked out of the group. Yeah.
And we was at the Forum, and in the mission, the DJ put in a cassette of We Want Easy. And I don't know nobody, so I'm hearing this. I saw these kids lose their mind. And instantly, I wanted to know who they were. And Bobby was next to me. And I said, who's that? And Bobby was like, yo, there they go right there. He pointed. And I walked up to Easy. And I said, yo, I'm T to the motherfucker K. He said, I'm Easy motherfucker E. And we hit it off from that day. And him, Dr. Dre, Ice Cube came to see me perform at the Comedy Store. Suge was there. AJ Johnson, before he was a comedian, he used to sit in the back with the trench coat, looking like Easy, with the Jerry curls on, and Easy.
Only to play Easy later on.
Yeah, sure did.
For Death Row and Easy. Yeah.
And Easy and them loved me, and we all left there. I felt like a god after that performance. Because after Easy them saw me, now not knowing what NWA is, not knowing what's historic moment is about to happen. It's just that when I walked out that day with them, I knew something special had just happened. And what I could say to any comic in the world, no comic has ever toured as many rap tours that I've toured and done well in a rap audience. From the Rough Riders to the Cash Money Millionaires, to NWA, to Luke, like to host them shows and have the people rocking, insane. So I got that lane all to myself.